Welcome back, guys. This is the Briggs Opposed build part 2. I made a recording the other day about the difference in the flatheads and some other stuff on the video, and I went to upload it, and somehow the video got corrupted and I lost it. So this is kind of retake number 2, I guess. But unfortunately, I did have the engine put together by the time I got the other video finished, and I wasn't going to tear it back apart just to show you guys this or that or this or that. But we did get the valves in. We got the valve lash clearance correct. We got the heads put on. By the way, on my Facebook page, on my Hall and Grass Racing page, I posted a picture of the difference between the heads, and obviously I can't show you right now, so you guys will just have to go to my Facebook page and look at the pictures. But these heads actually have a 15 thousandths little ledge around where the head gasket is. So that's the ones that I've got on this one. I was told them are the better heads to run, and that's what I ran in the other engine. So that's what we're going to run in this engine. Last engine ran good, and I did find out why the other engine failed. My crankshaft in play was too much, and I don't recall checking that when I built the last engine. You know, I'm an idiot. What can I say? But this one only has 17 thousandths in play. They said you don't want it less than 14, but you don't want to go over, say, 21 thousandths. And this one's sitting right at 17 thousandths, so I'm happy with that. I did check the other engine, and it was showing 37 thousandths of in play. So that's what made the rod fail. So that's what put the nail in the coffin on that engine. I didn't know that. And this engine actually came with 6 different sets of oil pan gaskets. And I ended up going with, I believe, the thicker gasket, because when I put the oil pan on, I couldn't actually bolt the oil pan on without a gasket, just checking. And I went to tighten it up, and I couldn't get the crankshaft to move. So I actually went with, I believe it was, I think it's a 20 thousandths thick gasket. So that kind of tells you right there that my gap was actually really close. So it's running at about 17, 18 thousandths right now. I'm happy with that. So we're going to run that. It's got the good rods in it, so we'll cross your fingers. Let's hope this one stays together. Alright, moving on from there. Enough of me chit-chatting about that. I got the oil filter on. I didn't even know Fram made oil filters for these type of engines, but it's kind of upside down. Hang on. This one is, well, that didn't help none, do you? If you guys ever want to buy a filter, Fram, it's PH8170. That goes for, I believe, practically all Briggs engines. They all have the same thread size. I've got the oil pressure gauge sending unit attached to the bottom. We got a nice shiny new right rear tire. I did buy a battery. This was the old battery. It worked good for about 6 months, and then I don't know, every time I went to charge it up, it just didn't seem like it charged up enough to run the last race. So we're going to move up to this one. It's from AutoZone. It's a Duralast Gold. It's a, what do they call that? Absorbed glass matte technology. Oh heck, it's right there. There you go. Absorbed glass matte technology. Ready to go. You don't have to add any acid to it. You can mount it in any position. It doesn't leak. It's maintenance free, vibration resistant, spill proof, and leak proof. Made in the USA. Alright, I'm done there. But it does say 220, well, I guess you can't really see because my light's too bright. There we go. 220 cold cranking amps. But I think this one was rated at, what was it? I think it was 200 cranking amps. But with the thick wires that I run, I mean, that kind of compares. That's some thick stuff there. The thicker the wire, the more amps. Even though it's 220 cranking amps, I bet I can pull every bit of that to start that, and it'll fire right up. Now the Briggs, or the V-Twin, I'm going to take this battery out of this mower, put it in the other one, and make sure it's going to crank it over. If it'll crank it over just fine, then I'll just buy another battery. That one set me back roughly $110. I forgot to take that in, so there's a $10 core charge. And another thing, this battery is slightly longer than my old battery. So what I'm going to have to do, grind the welds off on one side and slide the battery in there. That way I can get my battery hold down bracket to hold the battery down. But that's no big deal. So that's what we got planned for that. We're going to go with a much stronger battery. I'm getting ready to pull the flywheel, the starter, and everything else off of that one and swap it all over, get the tins put on. So I've got the transmission bolted up. I don't have the internals attached yet, but we got that. I just got to put everything in, put the oil in, seal it up, bolt the top back down on it, get the chain on it. We got the rear bumper on. That looks pretty good. Got that from Brent Valet Racing. Sorry if I said your last name wrong. I didn't know exactly how to spell it, but he makes really good bumpers. I got two of them. I got one for the CP motor here, and I got one for my FXT. I'm going to change my fuel design around a little bit. I'm not exactly happy with that. It worked. That's just a steel brake line going into there. I'm going to probably run that in through here and then just run a soft line to the carburetor, which I got to clean that bad boy up. He's a little dirty. Clean that up before we put it on. I've got an oil pressure light, an LED light I'm going to stick in here. I also bought an automotive style blinker for your turn signal. I'm going to attach it to that. That way, if that oil light were to come on, the sucker will start flashing. It'll get my attention. I don't want it to just come on. I want it to start flashing. So that should catch my attention, because obviously I'm not going to be able to stare at the oil pressure gauge the whole entire time I'm racing, just to make sure I've got a good oil pressure. So that's what we've got lined up so far. A little dirty still, but heck, what can you do about it, right? Shop's trashed. We've got, my roommate's been building a derby car, so we've been doing that. Tomorrow we get to take a couple 33-pound sledgehammers to it, start beating the crap out of it, and get it ready for the derby at the end of this month. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video, start getting that engine built, get it back together. So like I said, last videos, if you guys have any questions, you can shoot me an email, hollandgrassracing@gmail.com. You can go to my Facebook page, Holland Grass Racing. I'm on there somewhere. You guys can shoot me a message there. You guys can check out the funny crap I post. But other than that, man, I really like that new tire. Other than that, I'm going to call it a day, start working on this, and then you guys can catch me on the next video. So hopefully I get this thing fired up in the next couple of days, and I'll record a video, and we'll see. We'll hear it run. So thanks for watching, guys.